For the live, thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. You are awesome. We're going to get it right like we did last night. Shout out to everybody here. 110,750 Bitcoin, so close to the all-time high. History is being made as we speak. You are part of it. You were there. You can tell your kids, your grandkids that you were there. When you're sitting in the giant mansion and they're all sitting around, you can talk about how you made the best move. Bought more Bitcoin in the trenches while everyone else was bugging out, panicking, panic selling. You were grinding, getting it right. Crypto lifing. Let's go, let's go. Wow. Wow. What a show we have planned for you today. Unbelievable. And my dad's tie, let's get it in. 111,050 for Bitcoin, ripping to the upside. Shout out to everybody out there. May God bless each and every one of you. And I'm going to play my favorite song, Hold It Down by Cutlet. Love this track. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Bitcoin pumping huge. If you were here on the live yesterday, I said, you know what? I'm not doing that flip-floppy back and forth open mind. I said, you know, I'm long, baby. And if I come back and I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I said I'm long and strong, baby. And we got the pump to the upside. I sold the top at 111, like 90 or something. I got the trade to prove it. It's pretty awesome. Right here, sold 111,949. Got in at 109.30 on the stream in front of you guys. Bitfinex banging on them. 174% gain, 68x levy. Most people couldn't hang with the levy, baby. We banged it out the pump like we do. And that wasn't even the biggest trade. Made another couple racks, $3,000 on weeks. Banged on up to the upside. Had an amazing day of trading. If you were in the group, you had it. If you were watching the stream, you had it. If you were with me, we absolutely nailed it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Bang, bang, bang. Absolute insanity on the stream. I don't know what happened there. But bang, bang, bang. 174% in at 109 out at 111,949 on BitTNX. Hit the link to BitTNX. Absolutely love trading on BitTNX. It's an awesome exchange. You know, I actually might even take a nibble right now. Let's take a look. Bitcoin was in a flat little flag here. Kind of started playing games, and now it's still inside the flag. I don't like how far it is on the 4-hour time frame, but it is what it is. There's still, I mean, look at this thing. It's starting to move. I got a trade open here on MEXC that's looking pretty interesting. Looks like we can get to 114,273. That's my target. If it starts to rip, I had a bigger trade open. I got skittish. Didn't want to lose the gains I made. Thought they might be stop hunting. Let's see here. This gives you 114,000 is the target out this flag to the upside. Is it worth it here on BitTNX? Let's take a look at the 1-minute time frame. It's getting above the 200 moving average. I teach my students that this could be a beautiful place to long with a stop below the 200, and you just go from there. I would like to wait for price to touch the 21, but we're a little extra bullish today. So here we go up to 113,137. We put that stop right there at what, 110,713. I'm getting that number from right here. This is the red. You can see it's going to give it to you if you use this tool. And then we're going to click on where we're at, and we're going to drag on over. And we'll risk about what? Let's say, I like that, 162 for 800. And we'll go from there. Lately, I've been losing all my scalps and hitting my big gains, so it is what it is. But here we go. I'm in for another scalp. It's hot. It is Thursday. I don't love to trade Thursdays, but price action is spicy right now. We're above the 200 on the 1 minute. I'm going to take my shot. I love trading this. All I need to do is win 3 out of 10 of these, and I win more. So there you go. Blessings. The other day, I only won 3 out of 10, and it still paid off. So you tell me over here, all right? No stress. No stress. Like right here, look, here's a P&L. People are like, I want to see your P&L. Show us your P&L. I want to see your trades. Show us your underwear. It's like, okay, you want to see my whole life. You want to see my bank account, my wallet? But look, I mean, this is 7-3. I made 4 trades that day. I struggled. You know, I hit 800. Then they scalped me. I don't know if you remember that day, right? Then I decided to chill, opened up a fat long, sat there for a few days, took out 3 racks, then went early this morning, didn't like how it looked. But you can see here, look, 829, that's about 3,700. And then the loss is 200. Let's just say right there is, let's just say 360, 205. It's about $400 in losses. So you're looking at still a nice gain there of about $3,300, right? And that's in just a week. And look, I only won 2 out of 6 trades. And a lot of times I win more than that, but I only have to be 30%. And look how accurate. It's about cutting off the trades when they don't go your way and knowing when you're long on the right. And I use the moving averages. They teach me. So there you have it. You don't have to be a genius. You don't have to be right every time. You just have to trade through. All right? Keep pushing every single day. You've got this Bitcoin ripping to the upside. The trade we just made is flying. It's cooking. That's how you make 7%. I'm the king of 3%. We just made 6.5 in under a minute because I used the 200 moving average. Look at that. Now we're going to wait for the 21 to catch up. This is beautiful. $111,222. Bitcoin absolutely doing damage to the upside. I just gave you a live trade. I don't know what else I could do for you. But again, don't do what you see on YouTube, right? You got to make sure that you get the education. You understand what's happening. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I greatly appreciate that. We should have 2,000 people here on the live. Bitcoin's about to possibly go to an all-time high. This is the craziest time to be alive, and people are taking the day off. I can't believe it. The stream used to be at 3,000 when we were at like 90K. Now we're at all-time highs, and the rest of the world has switched off when Bitcoin is about to do unbelievable things. Revelations, man. Fear and Greed Index right here, 71. It was nice at 65. I told you I'd like that price action. 104,000. I ate it up. I knew it was a beautiful time. Anyway, if you believe you are the opportunity, then you are. Keep pushing every single day and believe you are the opportunity. then there'll be no choice for you to be that opportunity. It is what it is. I know I'm the opportunity. It will come. It will flow. Everything is happening. Let's go. When I looked at this Alpine coin, I just put an alert there. It's getting very tight. Looks like it might pump. I don't have any of it, but it's interesting. And I'm seeing a lot of altcoins getting very, very tight. Sat there going over altcoins this morning. Unbelievable, right? So here we go. 111,229. And here's the bot. You know the MINOTAUR trading bot? Look at this. In right here, out at the top. It entered another long actually recently right here. It thinks this is a good place to get in here at 111. It's in again. It knows something. So it got in here. It's highly intelligent, this thing. It got in right, and then it sold there and there. Sold 2 orders. Exited the long here and exited the long somewhere right in there. These are the 2 exit orders right there. And then it entered a long right there. This thing's been doing unbelievable. Called the bottom, sold the top. Called the bottom, sold the top. And I don't even have to trade with it. I find my own stuff. I could just trade with this thing and make money. I could just put big money in whenever it goes long, and it's hot. This thing is amazing. And it knows how to mitigate. It takes care of itself. Unbelievable. Shout out to MINOTAUR Trading. If you want to jump on it today, get into MINOTAUR Trading. It's going to blow your mind. All right? MINOTAUR Trading. Yeah, it's unreal. Bang. And let me show you MINOTAUR Trading Systems here. If you go to the link that I'll put inside the inside the comments even. If I get those cooking right there. Bang. And that thing does damage. It's made me over 30% in less than a year. Pretty awesome. Super happy that it took the plunge. I wasn't a bot guy. I wasn't into it. Didn't think they worked. I thought that, like, if you didn't program it the right way, you got liquidated and it would all go down. I just thought you couldn't trust them. I thought it was sketchy business. And so, because I didn't know, my fear, my lack of knowledge had me in fear, and I did not use bots. I needed to meet the right people who could explain it to me, and that was the MINOTAUR team. There's something about the way they did it. There's something about the way they went about it, and it all made sense. And you can meet the whole team here. And I was out there hanging out, man. So crazy, man, with the tan in Vegas, bro. The tan and the suit. I don't even recognize that. Like, who is that dude? This is crazy, man. Life is nuts. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. My name's Crypto Lifer, Sam Price. I've been trading for over 20 years now. Since I was in my 20s, I started looking at stocks, buying this and that. I got into, marijuana stocks that helped me and understand what was happening. Made a good move off of Canopy Grow Corp. Then I found Bitcoin, started dabbling with Bitcoin early, knew what it was when it was $3.50, found Ethereum at $9, and the rest is history. I've been in crypto now coming up on 10 years soon. I started dabbling the end of 2016, and so in one more year, it would be my 10-year anniversary in cryptocurrency. I find that absolutely insane. So I remember I just got in, it just started, and it's been 10 years of my life. It was something I just began. How did something I just began become 10 years ago? I don't know, but time will go by fast, everybody, and I want to remind you of that. Bitcoin on the 15-minute inside of a flag could still pump to a high of 114,008. BOOKMAP shows us liquidity on the map, and it does say we get to 112.6, possibly, and blast to a new all-time high for Bitcoin. So, yeah, we're pretty dang close to an all-time high. Bitcoin ripping. Let's take a look at the bullish and the bearish scenarios. Let's not drink the Kool-Aid. Let's see if there's anything we should be looking at bearishly, even though I know we should be all the way one way. I always like to look at my bias. If I'm overly bullish, I like to see if there's something bearish just in case. I always want to look over my shoulder, double check. So right now, Bitcoin's kind of flat inside the zone. Could we pump out of nowhere? Anything can happen, but it looks like more likely we're going to go sideways for the next few hours here, if anything. Moving forward, let's take a look at the weekly chart. Heck, the monthly chart. I like to double click. I like to get rid of the moving averages and look at price action all by itself. Everything else will come with time. So even the monthly, to me, is in a rising wedge, right? Rising wedges break up parabolically, and it just seems like there's just so much institutional support. Big companies buying into Bitcoin. There's a lot of huge news out there today. 168,000 on the monthly. If it decides to take the next leg to the upside, it would get there somewhere by December or November. Bitcoin, $160,000, $170,000 BTC. into some type of blow off top, right? I mean, that's just insane. Look at how much, I mean, this has been a bull run for Bitcoin like we've never seen. And it even changed the trajectory of the trend line. And that's your trend line now. Your trend line's hot to trot to 170K. So possible, anything is up right back down to the 200. They gave us nothing. So they pumped it and they dumped it here. Thursday price action makes sense. Now we're losing the 200. May get stopped out here. I tell you, I get hit off all my scalps recently, but I hit all my bigger trades. So it tells me just to chill. Look at that. They're going to get me. No. Yeah, you're not supposed to lose the 200 there. You're supposed to touch the 21 and make a beautiful flag. This is not, but you can see, look, shoulder, head, right shoulder. They head and shoulder it. They dumped it. That was the measured move of the head and shoulder. All right, so today may be a bearish day. I don't know. Look, they're almost going to stop me out here. I'm on the very precipice of getting stopped. They're about to get me, and I'm done. And I got stopped out. There you go. And I walk away. I'm not going to trade probably for the rest of the day. That's it. I'm sour. You know what I mean? How are you going to do that to me? How dare you? In front of everybody like that. Like, and honestly, I think that's like my fourth scalp in a row. Just keeps getting hit off. It's okay. I shrug it off. I don't care. I made $3,500 last night. That's why you got to be in the trading group. You know, yesterday's long played out though, and that was a big boy. So hey, lose a tiny scalp, hit a long last night. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ trade down 162. They just flushed the market out of nowhere. Everything was going well this morning. Looked like we could get a pump, and just everything took a turn for the worst in the last 5 minutes. Just a nasty flush on everything. And I will lose my NASDAQ trade, and that's okay. I've only lost 2 out of 14. That'll make me 3 out of 15 trades, right? I'll be all right. I'll be 12 for 15. And we'll bring the account back down to 42. It's not easy to grow accounts. No one shows themselves growing accounts. Nobody does it. It's like, you know, they'll show you big trades here and there, but like this is like a long grind here. We'll turn this $4,000 into $12,000, but it's going to take some time. And it's we started with 2,000. So chance we could stay inside this trade, but dang. So we had unemployment coming in at 8:30. Seemed bullish. Everything seemed fine, right? Everything seemed fine. You have national gas storage coming in 2 minutes. I guess I don't know what an effect that has, but 8:30, unemployment was lower than forecast and better than previous. Think that would be more bullish than bearish, right? We got a lot of issues too with the Fed though. Jerome Powell back and forth. Trump, you know, there's a lot of speculation there of what's going to happen, and I think that's also creating some up and down price action. Tomorrow, we don't have anything else. Canadian unemployment rate, if you're trading that CAD, but for me, that's not my style, right? So even the bot's long, but the bot's willing to go underwater for a little bit here. So, yeah, let's get back into the 2-week chart. Stinks I lost the trade, though. I can't stand that. But it is what it is. I'm great. You know what? I'm grateful for the loss because it lets me know that I'm still in the game. It's called a profit and loss, not a profit and profit. And I didn't give back thousands. I actually should be super grateful. I made $3,500. I gave back $160. Like, I'm doing pretty good. So can we move all the way back to 168? That is the next target there, too, on the weekly chart. Everything looks good to me. The 5-day looks good. The 3-day. And that's where I kind of start drawing the line here and getting tight. Slap it on those moving averages and taking a look, and you can see the 3-day chart. One of two things. It's either in a symmetrical triangle, or an ascending triangle, or it already broke out of this one here. See? Either way you want to play that, that's bullish to me. And it could be a variation. Nothing is exact in this world. And to me, it's basically breaking out, too. The 3-day chart looks very, very bullish, touching the 21. It's ready to go on a mission. Its next target's $145,000. If you just take the algorithmic wick to wick and slap that measured move onto the trajectory, that sends it to $145,000 BTC. So boom. And you got beautiful support, too, right here, because this became resistance at about 106,600. We go to the daily, and the daily has broken out, but it's a little far away from the 21. Could the daily close tweezer tops? It very well may. The daily's been funny recently. It hasn't been playing ball. It's been, it did make this beautiful flag and pumped, I guess. I mean, that's awesome. And we saw this flag last night. Remember, we kept talking about it yesterday. I said, watch it consolidate. Wouldn't be surprised if the flag broke to the upside, and it did. We basically got to the all-time high, right? The all-time high in the daily here was 111,980. Here we went to 111,999. So we did make an all-time high yesterday for Bitcoin. In my humble opinion, on the charts, Bitcoin made an all-time high. Barely, though. You know, and the candle did not close above the previous candle close, so it's just sitting there. 110.8 has been a battle today for BTC. It's been going back and forth at that key level over and over again, 110,800. So Bitcoin, a little far for the 21, still could, you know, pump, but it tells me, hey, what's the, you know, it starts lowering the probability. See, I don't know what's going to happen, but I know the probabilities. When we're away from the 21, the probabilities get lower. You're going to pump. Just how it works. And then you're kind of sitting in these really strange flags. And so to me, I was like, well, the 4 hours away from the 21, I could see it just do this. Just watch it range and come back to the 21. And this is the most likely scenario. We'll pull a fib here on the small time frames and see the local retracement. And so, yeah, maybe you come down to the 618, something like that. Somewhere to that area, it's very possible. 109,877. And then there's 114,454 there. And yes, so you're looking for this maybe 12 hours of slow bleed back somewhere down to 110.3, 109.8 for a bounce back to the upside. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, but then they are making it tight on the 1 hour. And I don't know what's going to happen. In my lifetime, I've seen both things. I've seen the 1 hour rip when the 4 hour should have come back. I've seen the 4 hour dump. Most of the time, the 4 hour takes you down. It's more unlikely that the 1 hour pumps, but it could happen, see? So right now, I'm just showing you the possibilities, and then I decide to take one or the other. And, you know, whether you take it or not on how you manage your risk is up to you. I can't trade for you. I don't know where you're at, and I'm not going to go over your portfolio for you and talk about what to buy or sell. I don't do that. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not going to go over your portfolio. But I will teach you education of technical analysis day in and day out. And I'll show you the ups and downs of the charts. And we'll do it together every single day. Sometimes it'll get boring. Sometimes it'll get hard. Sometimes it'll get fun. There will be days where you'll feel like the greatest things in sliced bread will be pumping. It'll be amazing. The days I lose my trade, you'll be cursing my name. But if you stick with me throughout and up and down, we'll make it together through an amazing journey. So that's the key. And at the end of the day, everyone on this channel is going to learn a lot about technical analysis. That's going to be the fact, and that's what this channel was made for. So the channel is going to do what it was designed to do, all right, which is propel you guys to the highest places you can be when it comes to TA. I don't care what anyone else tells you or teaches you. This is the sauce right here. So look, there's a chance we could still win to the upside here for Bitcoin. Why not? Right? So I'll keep this little mini trade open here on MEXC just because this is my little winner chicken dinner. You know, 114,000. Would love to rock to a new all-time high today. It's very, very possible. I'd like to be a part of the journey, part of history. If we get this pump, my target is 114,270. So am I long or short? I'm long right now, and I'm still looking for a pump. I'm too long biased. I have such a bullish bias. I can't give up. I can't give up on it. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Shout out to the chat. How's the chat doing? How's everybody doing? How are my lifers at? Shout out to Vegas Claw, Nick Galley, Scottish Crypto, my man, Ray Cook, Monero Perro. Shout out to Jorge Stefanov, Celinda Anderson, Servando Estrada, Guardians of Gaia, Simeon Ivanov, Blockchain Crusader in the house. God bless you, brother. Evelis Diaz, Raul Fibonacci, The Goon 510. Shout out to all my peoples, Jamie, Sean Carr, Dutang, The Crypto Surfer, Cyrus 118, Mallow, Rave Song Records in the house. Wow. Sean, my man. And everybody out there, Lord Dro, Cryptopher Columbus, Dutang, my man. Brian Romano, Sasquatch, John Shanks with them followers, man. Crypto Plumber in the house. Crypto Weirdo in the house. And John Strumkowski, Chantal Bellico X, Crypto King, all my peoples. Shout out to Crypto Face. I thought about you this morning. I was like, man, he hasn't hit me out recently. Haven't talked to Face in a while. Shout out to Crypto Face with the $50 super chat coming on in. Banging on them to the upside. I seen you call long. I call long. Something about me and you always seem to hit them longs, baby. No missing. Just getting the love with those gains, baby. Shout out to my man, Face. I heard you were in a monster $13 million long or something. That's what someone said to me. I've been busy rocking it. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in and appreciate you all for being awesome and kicking it with the lifers. So, yeah, I'm going to stay long here to 114,000. What do you say, Face? Thing is, the 4 hours a little far away for the 21. We may have to come back to this 21-day moving average on this 4-hour time frame before we get this pump. I'm playing Russian roulette with the odds here. We could even just get a spike up right here, some bearish div, and then come right back down. I wouldn't be surprised. We go, bring. We smack some shorts, bearish divergence, 113, and blah. Then we make some type of blah, 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 bah. Right? And that is technical analysis. You never know what you're going to get on the Lifer Show. I got a cut at a short yesterday with Bitcoin pump. I was about to get liquidated, but I added margin after, relaxed, and waited till it returned to the 21 MA. Like you taught me. Thank you. Shout out to Crypto Guapo. Stayed strong mentally because of the education. See, once you have an education, you stop using your emotions. And that's what I'm trying to teach you. I'm trying to give you so much education that you don't use emotions, that you're in control, that you can do this, that you can nail it. All right? I want you to have a big fluffy white dog like Crypto Face, right? I want you to sleep with that big fluffy white dog every night and hug him nice and tight. Shout out to everybody here. Stay fresh, stay amazing, stay blessed. We got legends in the chat. Crypto Face out here. We got Crypto Guapo. We got the whole team. Brave Song Records in the house. Man, AI Morable. Al Morable. Al, what up? Liquidated Shorts in the house. My man. Steve L in the house. We got the whole team in the house. Someone told me to chill out. You know what we do that, right? When someone tells you to chill out, we put them on timeout. Yeah. 10 minutes in timeout, man. Don't ever tell me to chill. Don't tell me what to do over here. I fired my boss a long time ago. I'll never work for somebody again. Don't ever tell me what to do over here. Hey, paisan. So, hey, I'm bullish on Bitcoin. Can we get the pump? 11,120 looks interesting. We just may get it to the upside. Don't make me smack these pencil necks over here. Hey. Be nice, Sammy. Don't be a bad guy over here. You a nice guy. Everybody likes the nice guy. Hey. No Sana on my radar. Remember that coin, man. I still own a bag of it, too. Booming to the upside. Wow, altcoin's getting some love today. Trade's kind of flat right now. We'll see where it goes. 111,000. Wow, we're battling 111, though. What a blessing it is to be alive, right? Accounts back to ripping to the upside. Nice. $12,000 on today's P&L, ripping to the upside. I got some bags. I'll teach you. Look, I got Deep Book, Hype, SEI, Near, Render, Swede, Doge, TAI, ONDO. Heck, I got a bag of Maxi token. I got some Tether on the side. I'm building Bitcoin 1.64. Look at that. Another smash. I just keep grabbing BTC too. God bless you all. Thank you for being here. And that was just a little glimpse. I don't usually do that. I just wanted to give you guys a little love for showing up every day in the summer. I usually only blast my bags for people that come into the trading group and come to the weekly screen share Saturday mornings, but it will be switched back to Thursday nights at one point. But right now it's Saturday mornings. All right. Tight price action here on the 1 hour and the 15 minute. We could get some love to the upside. I like it. Moving averages are getting very close. The 1 hour is touching the 21. That tells me we could get that sauce. We just might get that bomb. Music's got me lit right now. We'll switch over to Deep House. Someone's like, I want that energy. And let's see here. Boom. Behind the scenes, you like that DJ flex, right? Didn't even know it was in the background, but it was there. Banging on them. Congrats on Airbnb. Cheers to you and the wifey. Thank you so much. Yeah, dude, I did my first Airbnb ever. It got booked today. We put it out yesterday and published it. It got booked today for a week. Unbelievable. And it's a pretty penny, man. We charge. It's like crazy how expensive it is tonight. SEI looking bullish for the 1 hour. I was patient, and it's paying off. Dude, I like what you're saying there. Patience pays, man. Over time. Let's take a look at SEI, my man, with the super chat. God bless you. Thank you so much. That will come back to you tenfold. You didn't have to give, but you did. I'm talking about SEI bumping. I have it in the flag. I see it headed all the way up to 46. I got bags of this thing. Bags of it. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go. If you want me to look at a coin, put a super chat for TAs and deep dive, everybody. I'd greatly appreciate it. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. 1,423 beautiful souls jumping on it. Yeah. Yo, BNB looks absolutely wonderful. Yeah, it does. It's pumping. Look at that. BNB doing damage. I see it breaking out eventually. I have a chart on it here on Binance. Yeah, I see. This is my call for BNB. Entry here. Stop loss below 545. Target 1,031 for BNB. Banging on them. I got calls for from Solana to BNB. We got calls all across the board. Solana call we put out right here at 150. It's at 156. I see a shoulder, head and shoulder. A big rippage about to happen here. These are cup and handles if you can't tell. That's when the market kind of finds its bottom, comes for that second higher low. That's really what a cup and handle is, and then you're gone, baby, gone. Yes, I said gone. You're gone, baby, gone. Axie Infinity coming back. Even gaming is starting to tell me that there could be something happening here. Well, we get old, we just get pains out of nowhere. My wrist just started to flare up and then stop. So look, possible Adam and Eve there for Axie Infinity. Someone asked for VeChain. Remember when VeChain was Ven? If you're an OG, you remember when VeChain was VEN. It wasn't even VET. It was Ven. That crazy? Let's take a look at VeChain here on MEXC, Binance, wherever you'd like. Last time I had that inverted, it did break out. Got rejected by the 200 moving average, came back down. Learn how to use all the sauce. So look, same exact scenario here, but a bit of a double bottom. With the slight resemblance. And it's got that shoulder, head, right shoulder, inverted head and shoulders. Break above the point of control. Head back to the daily 200. That's your next target. Once you bottom and you start to pump, you pump to the daily 200 moving average. That will be your next resistance point somewhere in this vicinity. Am I bullish? Would I jump on VeChain? I think it's okay. Dana owns, from UFC. He owns $1 million. He did interviews with it. He's with it. He's part of the team. They're getting in with UFC and VeChain. So there's some connection there. Seems like it could be sustainable. It's an old coin. How high can it go? Maybe back to 8 cents? Does it rip all the way back? It'd be amazing if we have a rally upon rallies and every coin rips and this goes up a 14x. I rode it from 2 cents all the way to 28 cents. VeChain, man. I did a 14x on it back there. So that's the last time I really had anything to look at it was 2021. And since then, it's just been look at it. So I don't know. I look for better opportunities out there personally. Just because it's connected to UFC and all that, I don't know. There's way better charts out there for me, But it is what it is. You got to pick your fancy, whatever gets you going. Let's take a look at coin market cap and see what's happening here too as well. In the last hour, SEI holding it down up 3.8%, up 6% in 24. Booming back up to that 30-cent region. I like SEI. We had a chart out for it. Blessings to you and yours, Sammy. Have a wonderful day. Shout out to Infinite Team TA for the $20 Canadian. You didn't have to do that, but you did. May God bless you, brother. Thank you so much. May that come back to you tenfold. Let's take a FARTCOIN holds above $1. MOODENG. Yep. Let's take a look at MOODENG. MOODENG's one of my favorite coins. Funny, my buddy comes to my house on July 4th wearing a MOODENG shirt. He didn't even know what it is. He says, I've just been living in Thailand. It's hot out there. Everyone loves MOODENG. And I was just like, what? He's like, yeah, MOODENG's like big out there, man. And I was like, there's a coin, right? He's like, no, I never heard of the coin. I just knew about the hippo. He's like, it's a hippo, right? I'm like, yeah. It's just so interesting, right? And it did something to me because I was like, wait, crypto is pop culture is crypto. Like things that are happening, it just bugged me out. So a lot of coins are in this shoulder, head, and shoulder. This one broke out and then consolidated. MOODENG's ahead of the game a little bit, for sure. I see MOODENG headed back to 31 cents from 19. Pretty nice come up. Be careful, small cap, and if Bitcoin, flips and flops, then this will take a dip. So some of these partnerships are more for marketing. They really don't do anything for price. Yeah, I believe that. I got some big news coming at you too today that's going to blow your mind. I have it's crazy. So we do have a news segment too to get you going. It's bugging me out though. The news is getting crazy. And again, I don't trade news, but when things are happening, things are happening. Like infrastructure is being built, companies are making deals, people are partnering. I want to know. You know what I'm saying? Visa moving in, Fidelity. I want to know that stuff. That's key. Mom and pop, grandpa and grandpa, people that weren't able to get into crypto are going to be touching it with ease. I want to know that's adoption. You can see we saw adoption. Crypto will soon be the common thing. Everyone will know about it. It will be like, I was one of the first though. It'll be like, it was cool when you were back when you were the pioneer, Now everybody's into it. It's kind of like trading now. Everyone wants to be an online trader. It's so big now. It's getting so it's getting saturated for sure. About time for me to pack my bags and disappear into the sunset. No, I'm just But look at FARTCOIN's getting tight. It's one of the hottest coins. If anything's going to rip, I say FARTCOIN does. In a giant cup and handle, makes sense to me. That is a bigger target even. But look, 127% gains to 257. Sad. FARTCOIN could have been nibbled on at 26 back in the lows. Then it did basically, look, that was it. Then it did, you could, did a bit of 7x right there. That's all you need. Everyone wants more. 7x is amazing. You do 10 or 5 7x's in your life, you'll be doing pretty dang good. Trust me. We got a super chat for XCN. Let's take a look at XCN and see what's happening to XCN. And shout out to all the super chats. God bless you. Thank you for doing that. We got V-Chain from Humble Servant. We got Blessings from Infinite TA. We got MOODENG from Matt. We have SEI from Defund the Shorts. We have Congrats from Andrew Yurkovic. We have Crypto Guapo. Talked about how he got caught in a short, but he used the TA to keep himself from getting blasted. We have Joe Logan with XCN and CryptoFace. Pop it on in. The masked man with the $50 super chat. Let's take a look at Onyx Coin and see what's happening here. So this thing is just continuing to come back down to that 618-786 golden pocket retracement of a higher low. Just playing around. I believe once you get that XRP move, XLM, XCN starts to move. Just kind of goes with the X coins. Speaking of that, I want to take a look at X Stellar Lumen, which I still hold a bag of to this day. Nice pump for Stellar yesterday to the upside, out of the inverted head and shoulder, above the 8-hour 200 moving average. Went from about 23 all the way back up to 29. That's a beautiful move for Stellar. Look at that. It's a giant double bottom. So let's put that into play. And you can see the measured move. And there you are sitting at 43. So I see this going to 43 in the next, a few weeks. Maybe even sooner than that. So my call for Stellar Lumens out the double bottom, the measured move. Pretty simple. Don't have to get really too technical with that. And then, it will follow Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin pumps out this flag. Stellar going to pump out the flag. Bitcoin finagles itself, right? Plays games. We'll see. So there's a chance we still get a move here even into the weekend, Friday into Saturday, if Bitcoin could continue to hold. Bitcoin at 111,000, staying nicely above that key level. So I shared it all with you guys. The ups, the downs, the futures trades, the losses, the wins, right? It is what it is, baby. It is what it is. Okay, so Stellar looks like it could get a nice bounce there, get tight and break out. When I see stuff like this, I keep alerts on. I set alerts on Stellar Lumens. It'll tell me what to do later on. And you can see Green Day in these altcoins, pretty nice. Let's take a look at the bubbles. I just love the bubbles. Quick way to see what's happening. So Green Pengu up 30%. Hype up 6.8%. Interesting. XDC, WIF, Pepe, Immutable X, Atom, SEI, Virtual. So it's a green day for all the altcoins after Bitcoin got that nice pump to the upside, holding 111,100 right now too for Bitcoin. So yeah, and we do have this live trade open still. It's at $11 right now. So we are live trading. We lost one, we still got one in there. We still got a bean in there. And they went and hunted us. Now they're back above the 200 again. It tells me to go after it yet again. And that's not me. That's just taking my signal the second time I should, you know. $113,210, and I stay above 110,658, right? Smaller account, so I can't be as crazy as I was before. 131 for 527, and I'm back in the trade. That's my signal. I'm touching the 21. And if I waited for my signal, I didn't before. I got in early, and they crushed it, right? And this is BitTineX. I love trading on BitTineX. This is where I scalp small time frames. And so what I live for, what I look for is this here. I mean, look, it's an inverted head and shoulder, right? It's a cup and handle. And to me, it's kind of in a flag here that could break out for more. So I'm looking for this thing to do damage up to about 112,000. That'd be awesome. I attempt to sell at 113,210, but I may even just get out there if I'm up. If it starts to rip, I'll move the stop loss to break even. Let's see if we could win this trade if I lose my second trade in a row here. NASDAQ didn't get me, bounced, almost stopped me out. Look at that. I did not get stopped out on the NASDAQ trade. That's insanity. We got held for whatever reason. Let's see if we can eventually get back in our good graces and pump. It could happen. It could happen. Tomorrow I do my top-down analysis on the entire market. Look out for that coming out on Friday afternoons. Back at it after that holiday weekend. And follow me on x.com, Crypto Lifer. I'd greatly appreciate it. I'm here every single day. My team and I are posted amazing, awesome data. We're summarizing things that I put out on the stream into beautiful articles you can read. We're showing you what it's like to be up or down on the market. Capital is your armor, how to keep your capital safe. Great articles here and things that I bring up. Today I wanted to talk about stop losses and how to keep your stop loss protected. How and why most of my stop losses don't get hit while everybody else's do. What am I doing differently with my stop losses? Why does the whole industry tell you your stop loss is like, oh, they're going to see where you're at, they're going to take you out? You're listening to what everyone else tells you. See, a guy that doesn't get his stop losses hit is quietly winning. He doesn't have to brag or tell everybody about it. So like, there's a lot of people that have a strategy working. They don't have to say, no one knows. All right. So we looked at MOODENG. Can you give TA on CHILLGUY? Thanks for Mystic Flowers. And a lot of super chats just came in strong. It feels like a bull day again. Let's take a look at CHILLGUY for Mystic Flowers. We're also going to take a look at Morning Sam. We'll look at JASMY from umarin.com. Umarin.com. We'll take a look at that. TARS AI as well. I also made a lot of money yesterday learning from you. Scalp some shorts after the pump too. Thank you, Sammy. And you scalp shorts on the way down. Amazing. Sam, can you look at link for us, please? From Reese O'Connor and SHX from Torrin Matthews. Let's take a look. Shout out to Torrin. Thank you for being here. Shout out to Reese O'Connor. Shout out to Act 04. Shout out to everybody who's jumping on in right now. Let me get to these super chats and be quickly attentive to your asking. So we got Bitcoin, right? You can see my stop. You can see we can move from Bitcoin for a second, right? Everyone's cool with that? All right. Now we're going to take a look here at CHILLGUY. I got BOOKMAP up and running right now, so I'm watching Bitcoin in my peripheral. All right, for you, just so you know, I'm never not on it. I'm on it. I'm on it. Let's take a look at CHILLGUY. It's on spot here. It's also on perpetual on MEXC. Wow, it's actually, the memes are getting some love. So what I see is that beautiful cup and handle that we all know so well. You pull a Fibonacci. It's one thing just to show you like what's, my prediction, but to show you kind of what happened too. It hit the 786 Fibonacci retracement, a known retracement that you'll learn in the trading group too as well. If you go into my Fibonacci class, learn all that, that's waiting for you. I have an entire course inside my trading group. People don't realize this. I don't think I say it enough because I'm busy. I teach class the last Saturday of every month. If you want to jump on into class, I am teaching class the last Saturday of every single month there. I will teach class this month if you'd like. Jump on in, Life Revision Trading Course. It'll blow your mind. Hit the QR code to find out more, okay? Bang, 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 boom, ba-bomb. All right? From there, let's get back to Chill Guy. But yeah, from there, you could also go inside my trading group where we have a content directory inside the trading group. And inside the content directory, I have so many videos waiting for you that'll teach you so many different ideas. Look, I even have, look at this, trading session hours. Asian starts at 7 p.m. EST, stops at 4 a.m. All right, key characteristics, moderate liquidity, lower volatility compared to London and New York. Major pairs, USD, JPY, right? Then you got London session, 3 a.m. to 12 p.m. Okay, then you got the New York, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Key characteristics, high liquidity, volatility during the London-New York overlap, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern time. That's where I'm trading, 10 a.m. to 12. That's the London overlap, understand? It opens at 9:30, adding volume to the indices in the USD-related pairs. Tokyo-London overlap, 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. Increased volume in JPY and Euro pairs due to European traders entering as Asian markets close. This could teach you how to trade Forex, really, in a way. Unbelievable. Anyway, then on top of that, I got supporter resistance bootcamp, 21 SMA, checklists, everything you need to know, when to trade, why to trade, how to trade, liquidity, and then my trading style, moving averages, market orders, shortcuts, trading tools, and more. So VRVP, fractals, right? Fibonacci, supporter resistance bootcamp, tutorials on retest, how the 21 crosses the 200 in the 4-hour time frame. Like, this will blow your mind. I don't know what you're waiting for. I got the sauce right there. You just, I'm using it every day. So, God bless everybody out here on the live. Thank you for being a part of something bigger than yourself. Hit the like button and subscribe. I'm helping as many people as I can learn for free. And then if you want to jump onto the group, I'm here with added education every single day, the entire summer. We are not taking days off, baby. Shout out to the 1,532 beautiful souls. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. So Chill Guy on the daily looks interesting. Cup and handle. The big picture, you do see a move here to the upside. Take you all the way to about 15327, right? Let's kind of zoom on in now. The 4-hour just getting above the 200 moving average. We know that creates a bump, a bit of a W there too. So it had a W, cup and handle, broke out. Now I'd look for that 4-hour to get back towards the 1-hour, the 21-day moving average, right? Wow, the 15-minute looks somewhat bullish. So the 15-minute might pump on a quick flag. So there's a possible scalp of the 15. Boom, right? 7, all that. 1 hour's a little, so maybe that pump goes up to here, but then you eventually, so I'd look for this, some type of sideways price action, 21 catches, and then this thing may pump for more. Memes are doing damage here, especially Solana memes. So people are deciding, hey, I'm going to get back in, and these were the names that were hot. Chill Guy, thank you for putting that on our radar. I'd wait for Chill Guy, either scalping on the 15 or waiting for it to get sideways to touch the 21 on the 1-hour time frame. Thank you so much. That looks interesting. I'm going to put an alert there. You may have just given me a trade that I'll present later on tonight. Keeping my eyes and ears open at all times. You people are always teaching me. I'm always listening. Morning, Sam. Mine doing Jasmy TA. Let's take a look at Jasmy, baby. Jasmy. Jasmy, baby. Jasmy. Always makes me think of the mask for some reason. I don't know. I don't know why. It just does. Jasmy pumping. Gets above the 200 moving average on the 1-hour time frame. And does a bit of a rippage. Let's take a look if it's time. Well, one thing I did see there, look. That's a bit of an Adam and Eve double bottom. Hard to see, but that's an Adam and Eve. I could see that at least going back up somewhere here through this gap to 1.7. So right off the bat, I see something. Then it's got that inverted head and shoulder we see around the whole market. It's kind of got that cup with the handle that we see everywhere. And the breakout, right? That's kind of, we're watching almost every coin. They're all in these same similar scenarios. So I hold this long term, and I feel like it will break out. Looks like market structure may not be perfect as it does that. And can we get back to the all-time high here with that slight higher low? I'm bullish on it over time, but the charts are a bit weird. The daily says, yeah, you're buying the higher low, though. You're not chasing the premium. You're definitely buying discount. And then if you see this, this is nice to see on the 1 hour. Again, wait for a flag. So it looks like the altcoins are going to start to pump. A lot of them are looking good. We're getting back above the 200 MA on the 1 hour. We're starting to flag out. This is what happens when assets start to come back from reversal. Okay, I've seen this many times on thousands of assets. So it's starting to show us what we've been looking for. Let me continue with these super chats. We have SHX, please. TARS AI from Acto 4. So we're going to go look at TARS AI. We're going to look at SHX. Can I get a TA on Echo? We'll look at Echo. We'll look at Chainlink. I had a lot of money yesterday learning. Thank you. So I have SHX. I got TARS AI. I got TARS AI. I got SHX. Okay. Let me get back here. So TARS AI, SHX, Link, and Echo. And then we'll go from there. Let's take a look at TARS AI, TAI. I was keen on this coin a few months back. Started to kind of dibble dabble. I bought more when it dipped. Felt like I had to. Now I see this kind of falling wedge after the 786 bounce, and it's in the 618 golden pocket. I see a boom, just like I showed you. The giant cup and handle, every coin with the higher low. Either you have the guts to get in or you don't. I don't know what to tell you. This is the lows. Look, beautiful bullish divergence. Tells us it's going to pump. Bit of an Adam and Eve there, the way it stated and showed. I'm bullish on TARS AI. I think this is one of the last prices before it rips to 14 into 20, and I own a bag of it, so of course I'm bullish. But I see TARS AI. I would be accumulating here. I already did. I told you I did it. I showed you it. I've got it. I don't know what else to say. You do whatever makes you happy, though. Do never do what you see on YouTube. Have your own idea. Make it happen, you know. Someone asked me about SHX. The last time I put it out was down here at about 0076. This thing ripped to the upside. The cup and handle looked beautiful. It did go up 100%. It's still holding gains of 55. I believe you can hold this thing till it hits the target and you make 234% gains, but it's going to take its time. But yeah, I see SHX continuing after that kind of up and down price action. I just see it continuing in a beautiful uptrend further to the upside. And that's a call I put out that's pumping. Thank you for reminding me of another great call. Let's take a look at Chainlink here on MEXC. Chainlink, I see a double bottom for Chainlink and a move up. Target is $20, only a matter of time, and it's going to do it. Just going to take its time as far as I'm concerned. But I see it happening, and that's my call for Chainlink. If you're on that small time frame, just like everything else, you're looking for the 1 hour to kind of flag out. Stay above that 200 and go for its next pump. And last but not least there, let's take a look at Echo on MEXC. So this thing had a huge pump, dump, came back down. Very small coin, don't know much about it. Looks like it could be making a giant inverted. Like it rounds up and does something like this and breaks out. I don't know, it's got, mixed signals on it. It's not perfect. Not my cup of tea. I don't like that nasty sell-off there too. Let's take a look at it on the bigger time frame, man. And what is it? I don't even know what it is. Echo Protocol. So it's got a $16 million market cap. The volume is at 322,000. You could move this thing with 30 racks, right? The depth is tiny, 4,000 on the 1600. So it just really doesn't have enough volume for me to really touch it or play with it as far as I'm concerned. It's a Bitcoin liquidity aggregation and yield infrastructure layer designed to address the fragmentation of Bitcoin liquidity across various forms, such as native BT, BTC LSTs, and wrap Bitcoin. It simplifies Bitcoin integration into DeFi while maximizing yield through innovative yield solutions. Echo's liquidity and aggregation solution enables users to deposit Bitcoin on different standards, receive Echo unified Bitcoin, and can interact with DeFi applications without relying on conventional Bitcoin staking protocols. Interesting. Looks like it has a pretty good use case, but just doesn't seem to be catching on or people care about it. Look at this MYX Finance booming to the upside, and actually the chart looks interesting. Looks like it's still consolidating for possible gains. I saw this out of the corner of my eye, an ascending triangle, you see? I feel like it broke out or it's about to do more damage. I'd love for it to come back down one more time and then absolutely pump. I'd keep this on your radar. I don't know what's happening with it, but it's, you know, front page there, Coinbase. People are, you know, getting some love here, getting some attention. MYX. Possible move up to 21 cents. I would start looking at this thing. I got an alert on it. I'd love it if it comes back down to the bottom of the pattern. That tells me it would be a beautiful buy. Somewhere right there at about 12.2, 12.311. I got an alert right there, so I won't have to think about it ever again. Hyperliquid breaking out to 41. Here's my call here on the channel too as well. For hype, right? And I see hype doing damage. I'm heavy in hype right now, and I kept loading up. I saw this flag breaking out here, then it came up, came down, came up, came down. I feel it's breaking out. Hyperliquid is about to do its next big leg. I am long on it. I see a move to 55, 56, 48 for Hyperliquid. So you do whatever makes you happy. I see a pretty big move there for Hyperliquid. This thing could do some serious damage. How far do you see SOL dropping before the blast off? I'm still at the short, but it looks like it's going to roll over for some more downside. Thoughts from Crypto Guapo? I don't really short when we're in uptrends right now. So, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be shorting. But, yeah, you do whatever makes you happy, man. Let's take a look at... So, we did it. We did TARS AI. We did SHX. We did Link. We did Echo. We did them all. We banged through those super chats. Got them done. So, I like Hyperliquid. I got a chart on it in the trading group. I'm looking for it to pump. I'm long. I've shown everyone my money. I got a $20,000 position. Let's go. So, why is Hyperlane anything with a hyper name in it may be ripping, you know? Back down $100 here on the NASDAQ. Not playing. Looks like it may be a bear flag or a bearish retest. Bitcoin, 111,200. Looking nice, like it's about to liquidate the shorts. This long may play out for us. So we're still long here, and it looks really, really nice now. It's flagging out. That is very bullish to me. That tells me a big move could be coming here for Bitcoin. And to get ready and gear up. Like, I would long right now. I'm being honest. Like, my system would tell me you long right now with a stop below that 200. And you go up to 112.5, whatever you can get. So I'd be forced to long here. The trade's up 29%, $29, which is 1%. The MEXC trade. And this live trade, the second live trade we made on BitNX. BitNX is amazing trading. I absolutely love BitNX. Hit the link inside the comment. We make it very, very simple and easy to do. If you'd like to, inside the live chat right there, we got a week's, a BitNX, and a BTC link. Jump on in today to find out more. Super chat, SOL. We looked at SOL already. Thank you. Yeah. Have you heard of Botify? I have heard of Botify. Yeah. FLOKI, when you get the chance, bro. Shout out to Melly Mel out in the house. Melly, we love you. Must have been tough with that name as a kid, though, right? Smelly Melly, you know what I mean? I'm sure you got it. I'm sure you got it. Let's take a look here at FLOKI. Bitcoin, 111,184. So I saw FLOKI breaking out. Thought it would kind of channel a little better than that, but it just inverted head and shoulder ripped out. Then made this kind of bigger channel. It did break out nonetheless. It looks like there's, you know, it didn't go exactly, you know, and again, my projections are just what they are, imaginations in my mind of what could be. They're paintings, right? But without a life, they're not, you know, they're lifelike without an actual subject. A bit of impressionism, so to speak, there. Yeah. So if you see, we can get this breakout somewhere. I'm still bullish on this whole idea here. Hasn't really changed on me much here. Just square it away. But yeah, I'm still bullish on FLOKI going to the top. These Solana memes are starting to catch steam. And people kind of are like, hey, if I didn't get in early and the whole market rips again, what's going to be hot? The Solana memes. We haven't even felt the wave of what it's like when alts pump again. It's been so long, you forgot. When alts start to pump again, you're going to remember, and it's going to give you euphoria like you've never thought. You're going to be like, oh my God, I remember when alts did this. So get yourself ready because anything is possible here. But I do like what I'm looking at here for FLOKI. And that looks like it could continue. I got an alert for FLOKI, and it's time to have heavy alerts all over the place. We still may win this trade. You never know. I'm not stopped out yet on the NASDAQ. And again, it's funny. We've been sideways on the stream a lot recently, right? From 10 to 12, which isn't, and then we've been pumping late at night. The pumps have been happening at night, 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. Gear up and get excited, because this is the time to be alive, my friends, when nobody's paying attention, when the market's slow, when the views are down, when no one wants to watch the live, when people are out and about. I'm telling you right now, that's when I made my most money. That's when I bought coins, when no one paid attention. That's when the prices were so low that nobody was realizing what was happening. Let's take a look at ONDO. Speaking of low prices for great projects, and look at it skyrocket from the low at 62. It's already up 30%. 30%. And it broke out of an ascending channel. Let's take a look. So ONDO's in this kind of like falling wedge here, but you can see the inverted, what I call a drunken, slanted, downward trending, inverted head and shoulder. Basically about to get ready for its big move to the upside. It's like a last chance probably to buy ONDO before it absolutely rips. And I own bags, so I would like it to pump. Target for ONDO right now, yeah, I see it getting back to 213, even further to 234. One last chance to buy ONDO possibly. Again, we said it here, it's like they drag this altcoin season on. Let's take a look at the total three, the entire market cap of all the altcoins, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. And we're going to have some talk about Ethereum right now, too. So this is in a cup and handle on the daily. It's in a cup and handle on the 3-day chart. It's got legs. The 3-day chart says it's just getting started. Once we get up here and break through this, altcoins will breathe. We'll be back above a resistance. Then we can kind of make our way up and then possibly into these new all-time highs. If you really take a look at it, this would be its next leg. It would be this whole leg here. And that sends it basically to about, $100.48 trillion. So pretty dang close for these altcoins. Crazy how much liquidity Bitcoin did snatch, though. People thought it wouldn't been as bad, but it was pretty solid. Bitcoin, it was a Bitcoin rally, man. Still somewhat is a Bitcoin rally. Price action pretty flat, 111,070. One trade just pretty flat. One trade doing barely anything. So, okay. U.S. Ethereum spot ETFs see the second highest inflows in 5 months. Spot ETF flows remain positive for the 8th consecutive week, with inflows surpassing 61,000 ETH. On-chain data and intelligence platform Glassnode noted on Monday. This is a big deal, man. So ETH continues to be big, and there's a lot of buy opportunity here for ETH. Okay. Emirates plans to accept crypto payments. Huge deal. July 10th, right? We all know that's coming. That's going to be a big deal. Bitcoin could reach between 250,000 and 350K, with Bitcoin doubling every 12.7% of its life. Data suggests the final leg of this bull run could bring a massive surge if history holds. Bitcoin price is seen as a market bellwether, right? And one analyst suggests it follows a power law model, doubling roughly every 12.7% of its lifespan, indicating exponential, not linear growth. Currently, Bitcoin is in a quiet phase, often a precursor to a major bullish run. Price target 250,000 to 350K by the end of 2025, early 2026, aligning with previous cycle peaks. Matthew believes Bitcoin's value is now driven 95% by internal adoption trends, not macro events, highlighting a maturing market led by users, tech, and institutions. The chart shows that because the weekly is starting to show consolidation. The chart does on the weekly what it used to do on the daily and the 4-hour. Because it has that much money behind it, the chart has evolved. The chart will teach you when the market's evolved. It's a visualization of the markets as they grow. It's amazing. Snoop Dogg makes $12 million in 30 minutes on Telegram NFTs. This just happened. Snoop's Telegram NFT drop sells 1 million units in minutes, raising $12 million instantly. Fully minting on Ton blockchain begins soon. Launching Telegram deeper into the Web3, which is awesome. And despite weak NFT demand, Snoop's celebrity-led strategy sparks massive digital collectible interest. It shows that your value is in who you are. Not if, like right now, NFTs may not be the like trending and hot, but Snoop Dogg is always going to be an icon that people are going to run for and know that if you get a small quantity of something that he's, you know, boom. So it's going to help you, right? And it's probably going to help you. You're going to be able to sell it off. So big news here. Pump.Fun team announces the token launch date. You got to know this. It's going to be one of the biggest dates ever. It's July 12th, this Saturday, with 1 trillion supply offering 33% in ICO across major exchanges. Okay. So July 12th, the Pump token will launch an initial coin offering on July 12th. The moment you all been waiting for. Launching through an initial coin offering on Saturday, July 12th. Airdrop coming soon. Our plan is to kill Facebook, TikTok, and Twitch on Solana. Learn more about Pump and how to get involved. 24% to the community, 20% to the team, 13% to investors, 4.4% to project funds, 3% for streaming, and 2.6% for liquidity. The Pump Fund team did not disclose additional information about an airdrop or other incentive initiatives for the community. According to DeFi Llama, the meme token platform has generated nearly $715 million in revenue since launching in January of 2024. Pump Fund earned more than $35 million in the last month. However, the project has a competitor on the Solana network, Let's Bonk. On July 8th, Let's Bonk Launchpad overtook Pump in terms of daily revenue and the number of tokens launched. It was bot heavy, though, as we talked about, but that's a big deal. And then KURLO Technologies spends another $10 million on Bitcoin and joins the 1,000 BTC Club. Imagine if you had a company that owned 1,000 Bitcoins. Unbelievable. And last but not least, Trump's True Social plans a utility token for streaming and subscriptions, which is pretty awesome news. So I give you the news that's really relevant, that you really want to know. Like, you want to know about that Pump Fund when that comes out. Even if you just want, you know, you don't want to see that thing come out and have, you never knew a dang thing. I'm not saying to chase the price or you have to make money on it. I just, you don't want to not know about it when it happens. That's some big deal, big news stuff, all right? BitTensor, one of the hottest coins to grab when it dips, because it's just going to hold its own, has great utility, and is really a leader of the pack when it comes to AI coins. BitTensor. So I see that thing just making a flag, I don't know, 4 to 12 hours at the most, and then its next big pump is likely around the corner. Super chat, WIF and XRP from Lakochi Coker. Let's take a look at WIF and XRP. And that's not Wolf with balls. That's great. Let me see it. Balls? Wolf with, no. WIF. Dog with hat, baby. I had it there hoping it would hit that alert. Never made it into the channel where I wanted it to go, so I haven't looked at it since, right? Squaring it away, we got this type of tightness here for WIF. So we got something going on, something like this here, okay? And then we will take a look. Yeah, I mean, it broke out. Look at that long-term resistance that it just broke from, a diagonal resistance for sure. And it's out. It just broke out. And it's above the 200 moving average on that 4-hour. Bit of a double bottom. See the double bottom? Boom. It was a double bottom on a lot of these little meme coins, and it ripped to the upside. Let's take a look at the 1 hour now very closely. Same thing here. So it's either a rising wedge that could break up parabolically, or it's going to make more of a flag. But it does, to me, look like meme coins are getting ready for a bigger pump. I'm not saying it's going to be alt season all over the board, but it definitely looks healthy for a couple nice little flags, consolidation, and continuation to the upside. Let's take a look at our baby XRP. We put it out there in a trade. That trade should still be doing well. XRP, the banker's coin. XRP, the banker's coin. Back in the day, nobody would touch it. We all were so crypto. We're like, nah, I don't like Tether. I don't want XRP. Bitcoin only. I don't know. That's who in 2017, I was like, don't touch that dirty banker coin. So look, I see an Adam and Eve here that most people don't. That's likely going to rip to the upside. I see a breakout of a long trend. I see the daily above the 200 moving average. I see the 4-hour ripping. Again, just like Bitcoin, just when in doubt, flag it out. look for 4 to 8 hours. I'd say 12 hours, 16 hours, and this thing's ready to pump again. Just consolidate for me. XRPZ. All right. I'll put an alert on that too as well, but I'm bullish on XRP. Could the whole market just erupt and everything start going straight up? It could happen. That's why you DCA at the right times, because you just never know what it's going to be doing. Bitcoin, 111,200, holding the zone here. And we're still inside the trade. They dolphin dipped it, but did not lose the 200 moving average. So they did a stop hunt right there. That's definitely a stop hunt. They went after anyone that was a little low on that. And it extends the flag too as well. Chance at that extension of that flag, you can go all the way where to $112,084. Might come back down to the pattern one more time at 111,000, but this is still looking bullish to me. I haven't given up on this idea. You're touching the 21 above the 200. It can happen. It can happen. It can happen. So Ethereum starting to boom up. Let's take a look at ETH, BTC. We'll also take a look at Ethereum by itself. And we want to see ETH, Bitcoin continuing to beat up on Bitcoin, right? And right now, look, ETH moved better than Bitcoin in the last 3 days. It did get rejected by the 200. We want to see it now consolidate inside this right side, which means Bitcoin and Ethereum will both kind of go somewhat sideways, and then boom, the market rips. Ethereum crosses that 200 moving average on the BTC pair, and we are gone. And then things start to heat up on these altcoins, and it's getting very, very close. But it does say it's going to take about 2 more weeks before we're in full-blown alt season. So it says at the end, somewhere by the end of July, things will start to heat up. Look at the 777s that always seems to show up. Look at 777, 7.77. It's so crazy, right? Just floating across the screen, 777s real quick. And there's 11,250, 111,250. Imagine that. Bitcoin. I remember Bitcoin was at 11,000. It's at 111,000 now. All the dreams that I ever planned, all the things I ever thought are going to come true, is just crazy to me. Look, it's hitting $300. We're ripping to the upside. We're so close to the all-time high. We could go to 112.6 right there. You see that stop hunt? That short squeeze right there, 112,000? And Bitcoin getting the number, getting the call, getting the pump. It's real, baby. It's real. Now we're up on that trade. Let's go, baby. Come on now. And if you can't handle the volatility, get out the kitchen. See how quick it go up and down all over the place. Same thing with the NASDAQ here. It's doing the same thing. Can it hold the zone? That nasty Nas. That nasty Nas. That nasty Nas. Bit of a cup and handle here. Could we get the bounce back to the upside? It looks like we may. Some people may be scalp trading that as we speak. Let's take a look at Ethereum on its own. And I talked about Ethereum about to break out. I put a call to it in the trading group too. I said, man, I see ETH about to boom. We actually saw it on the 15-minute flag 2 nights ago. Let me show you here 2 nights ago, I saw this 15-minute flag for Ethereum right there, 2,500. Ethereum blasted off. I mean, that's crazy, right? I even drew it. You can see I had it drawn. Like, it was getting so tight in the zone. I said, I see a move for Ethereum. ETH about to pump. And so ETH nailed it too. Pretty crazy. I just want to see that here. Yeah, ETH was just so tight, man. You knew it was going to pump. And he got back inside the pattern too. Wow, what a nice move for Ethereum. That's nice. So what now? I mean, I see 3,300 coming now that we're well above, 2,600 support. We use that as support now. Go to the 4-hour time frame. Just too far from that 21, just like Bitcoin. I mean, it just tells me it's just unsustainable. It would be nice, though, if we could bull flag it just like 16 hours and then bang. So it tells me we have sideways price action in most coins, including ETH, until our next bigger move. And Bitcoin may cool off when you think about that here on this trade too, So it's been chop, it's been up and down. There's been small time frame wins, but for the most part, it's just been kind of up and down here. Look, we're back down $9, so this trade has just been flat. Yeah, having get as many short squeezes because we don't just have the liquidity like we've had in the past, right? Not as strong. Not as strong at all. Okay, another thing that I want to talk about is the protection of the stop loss, right? Why does the stop loss get hit for most people, but not for me? What am I doing differently than most people? Let's go over it. Let's talk about it. Let's go over a couple coins recently that I put out and show how the stop loss did not get hit. Now, it didn't have to go perfectly. Not every trade is going to go perfect, meaning it might not fill out exactly the way you thought, or the trade might be a little sloppy up and down. But as long as you don't get stopped out, it really doesn't matter. So let's take a look here. MYRO. And let's go back in time to the trade. So I start seeing this right now, and I'm like, wow, 21 touching above the 200. And so then I'm looking like, where should my stop loss be? Well, my stop loss should always be below a 200 moving average. If I can get it, 90% of my trades, my stop is going to be below. Now I can also get it below the 50 and the 80 there. That's a really good sign that I could win, because it likes to bounce off moving averages. So then you kind of see, so here's one reason I'm keeping my stop losses below the 200 moving average on the local time frame in which I'm making the trade. Very important. And so they wicked it a little bit, but you can see it really held support. And I'm telling you right now, if 90% of the time you're getting to a trade, you're using the 200 moving average on that time frame, whatever time frame you're kind of specifically going for, you're going to have a less likely probability of getting taken out of the trade, right? So one, right off the bat, using the 200 as positional strength, as support for the stop loss, making sure the stop loss has protection, very, very important, okay? That's something that I'm doing all the time religiously, and I'm caring about it so much. Like everyone else is just setting up a trade. I'm meticulously looking at all the ups and downs, ins and outs, and everything that could affect that trade. I want to make sure that trade is rock solid. I want to make sure everything I see in that trade is spot on. I don't want to just wing it. You know what I'm saying? So that's another reason. People are just kind of making, I'm really thinking about it all and seeing what's happening. All right. And talk about DJI 6930, one of the hottest coins in the game. Went all the way to $18 million market cap. And that thing's starting to get tight again. And I wouldn't be surprised if it booms up to 2872 and gets ready for its next bigger move. All right. When do we go flat like this so the volume stops for seconds? It's perfect for the trading bots to take profits for the volatility or lack thereof. Money in the bank. Baby Genius knows the deal. A huge correction is coming. I can feel it in my bones. I like when people feel it. It usually, you feel it. You feel it. You know what happens to people that feel stuff? They get rocked and wrecked. So first thing there is the stop loss. All coins are above big moving averages on big time frames. They're starting to kind of show signs of life here. I've got alerts everywhere now. There's more super chats than ever. This stream is starting to feel like a big boy stream. Like the old days. Back in the old days. Sam's the top. I got to tell you, I see you at your surprise party. Oh, yeah. Sol is going to be back to the 21-day moving average on the 4-hour chart. Possibly, yes. Yes. Someone said, we just had the correction. I know, right? They never listen over here. They just love to short the market. Now we get the pump. I mean, it looks likely now, right? Let's go, baby. Let's go. Send it. Sayonara, senorita. Look out for that bearish div. Like a big spike, a short squeeze, some bearish div, and that will be the end. Just a quick sell-off today on a Thursday low volume. What'd I do with that BitDNX trade over here? Where are you, BitDNX? I got so many trades open over here. You must feel it deep inside. I know, right? How deep is it? How deep do you feel it? Feeling in crypto, you are food, 100%. Yeah, we have worked hard. We stay the courses, 100%. Yeah, it's not what we think or feel. We just go with it. With the technical analysis, man. If I did what I think or feel, I'd be in the dumps. Yep. Yeah, we did TARS AI. We did it all. Yeah, shout out to Brian Kraft. I'm tuned into the chat right now. God bless everybody here. And let's get a poll going. Where does BTC top out in this bull run? And we'll do 100 and let's say 75K, 250K, or that big boy level, 350,000. What do you guys think? Where does Bitcoin top out in this bull run? Put into the poll here. We got a poll running. I want to know. 175, 250,000, or $350,000. Let me know, right? Lifer, let's get paid. Lifer, come on and hop before lunch. I know, right? It'll be nice. What's your price target on Wild? Big G, WLD. Let's take a look at it. Let's see what I see happening here for Wild. Again. No. Let's take a look at Wild. And that's WorldCoin, if I'm correct. Actually, not Wild, right? WorldCoin. I think. I don't know, though. I personally don't like this coin. I think it's a weird coin, the way it's like, you know, they try to steal data and all that. But every single altcoin's in a cup and handle. You can see this is the status quo of 90% of altcoins. They're bouncing off their Fibonacci 618, right? 786 fib levels. They're all bullish as far as I'm concerned. These are great signs of continuation. We've got beautiful flags. We've got a cup. I'm going to shave today. It's getting irritating and itchy. And when that happens, I can't take it anymore. So I will be shaving. I don't know how guys grow beards, man. Look, I've been growing a beard. I don't think I've shaved in a month. ISK's a Monopoly Money. Could you please give me your thoughts on Jupe? Thank you for your dedication and the knowledge. Shout out to MPISK. We'll take a look. Turn the music up. Let's pump. I know, right? So Wild's in a beautiful cup and handle on the weekly. Suggest it could pump all the way to $2 in the interim. From there, I'm not sure. I'd have to redo the TA. But, you know, my high point there is 202. Beautiful cup and handle. Daily tight, too, as well. 12-hour, 4-hour. Fighting that 200 moving average. Once it breaks the 4-hour 200, this thing could do some damage right up to that next key level 121. Take a look at your 1-hour time frame, and you're above the 200 with the 21 touching. Same thing, everything pump, but now we need to consolidate. Watch your consolidation, set alerts. This is a set alert day. It's like everything I've been asked about is a little high on the 1 hour, far for the 21, but looks good on the bigger time frame. Could continue. I shave every day, OCD, that's crazy. Yeah. Digital ID coin, it should be called. I know, right? Portuguese are the best at giving their Irish. Yeah. Sam, you nailed it. Everyone listen. Most can't fully get the value he's sharing with us every single day. You can't trust your gut, but not be emotional about it. This is left brain. The market has no emotions. 100%. Like, I'm above a 200. I trust my gut because I'm like, I've seen this before, but am I not trusting my gut? I'm trusting the technical analysis. I'm trusting that the TA is going to play out the way I see it, you know, based off of moving averages. Let's take a look at Jupe. I've held Jupe for a long time. We do all the rewards and all that stuff for Jupe, and it's been an interesting time. Like every coin, we're down in the we're at bear market lows for all the altcoins. It's kind of crazy. Never thought about it as such because it doesn't feel like a bear market. Bitcoin's near an all-time high. Bitcoin never hit multiple all-time highs without dragging the altcoins all the way up like this. This has been a very different rally. It does tell me something's gearing up, though, and loading up. If something's different, there's going to be something different. Maybe the pump is going to be so big we won't believe it. I like this flag here on Jupe, and it suggests it is going to pump. Back up to the 200 moving average. Watch it get rejected by that daily. I wouldn't be surprised if Jupe pumps up to the 200. Somewhere in here is an entry, and this thing rips up to the 200 yellow line there. Yeah, it's bullish to me. What I see there is bullish. Shout out to all the super chats. Did I hit everybody out? Let me make sure I got them all. We got Joe Logan, Crypto Face, Crypto Guapo, Andrew Yurkovic, Defund the Shorts, Humble Servant, Infinite Team TA, Matt, Mystic Flowers, YourMeridian.com, Act04, Torin Matthews, Crypto Guapo, Reese O'Connor, Mystic Flowers, Crypto Guapo again, Melly, Nitro Max Boy, Matt, Vegas Claw, MP, and Free. Everybody, we love you. We thank you so much. You're awesome. And we really, really appreciate each and every one that gave today. You didn't have to, but you did. That's amazing. Look at all those super chats pouring on in every single day. You people are crazy. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. $175 in chat revenue. God bless each and every one of you for being here. And let's take a look at Turbo. Turbo, you know, came out as a kind of a joke, not a joke, but it was an organic idea by an artist. He never thought it would get so big. He cried when it got big. It was really an organic coin for sure. Turbo's sitting in the perfect spot, bouncing off the 618 golden pocket, getting ready for that next big leg up. I like what Turbo's doing, and Turbo looks like it's about to go on a tear. So if I were, you know, if I was into Turbo, into memes, this tells me that this is a Turbo load up point for sure, and it's about to go to 008867 in the next, I don't know, 3 to 4 weeks at the most, something like that for Turbo. That's what I see happening. I could be wrong. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Just a guy that could talk for 2 hours straight somehow without stopping. Nobody knows how I do it, neither do I. Every single day. It's absolutely insane. And then for the rest of the day, I actually live a regular life. I don't know how I do that either. It's a bit ridiculous. But hey, God gave me some weird abilities. I'm going to use them. I'm going to use whatever strengths I was given to win, baby, and to help you win, and to support everyone that wants to push their lives to the next level. Because if that's what you want to do, I love you, because you're going to be great. You're going to be good, and you're going to help the world. People that are going after what they love and achieving their dreams are going to be in good moods, and they're going to go after what they love. It's just going to be, it's a good thing. So I want to help people go after their dreams. I want to help people see what their destiny is. What are you going to be the best at that can help the world? That's really going to, you know, if you're passionate about something and you're going to be really good at it. If you're really good at it, you're going to help the world, right? So that's how I look at it. So if I can help you find money through crypto, quit that job that you've had, get on another path, realize you never needed to work a 9 to 5. That was some facade created by I don't even know who. And they all told us that, and our parents told us that, so we fell into it. By the age of 10 or 12, we should have been starting our own businesses from the very start. By 20 years old, most of us would have had multi-millionaire businesses. But they taught us to go to school, keep our head down. They brainwashed us. We had to be unbrainwashed to become entrepreneurs. We had to leave the current state. Most people go to work. They don't create work for others. I create jobs for other people. I create opportunity for other people. I am not working for somebody else. Never again. I'm 42 years old. I will never have a boss again for the rest of my life. I will live free. I will go where I want, when I want. You see what I'm saying? Except for during the show from 10 to 12, you know. But you see, I will be free every single day of my life. I will not let anybody take my time away from my kids, my wife. I have a limited time on this earth. I'm not going to spend it giving it to somebody else. I'm going to spend it with my children, with people that want to learn in my trading group, with my kids, and with my best family and friends. The people who deserve my time. I research wealthy people. What do? They really, really were strict with who they spent their time with. It's not like they thought they were better than everybody else, but they knew that if they were more concise about how they spent their time, they'd have a better outcome, a higher probability outcome over time. And that's just something that's true over, you know. It's about probabilities. Wealthy people really think about their time. How am I spending my time? You know? Are you at a bar room doing nothing when you could be with your kids? Anyone that has kids, if you're in a bar room, think about it. Every single time you're in a bar, that could be a moment you're spending with one of your kids. You could be helping them do a puzzle. You could be reading to them. You could be riding bikes with them. You could be fishing. There are so many things you could be doing instead of drinking alcohol in a bar if you have children. Seriously. I'm not trying to be rude. Even I feel guilty when I'm in the charts a lot, but I'm doing it for them. And I love it. You know, don't get me wrong. I do love it. But we got to find our happy medium as parents and people in this world. We provide for our family, get our, you know, and also go after our passion. So yeah, Turbo looked interesting to me. I like what I saw for Turbo. DCR getting above the 200 moving average with tight moving. I could see this thing pump too. So the market's starting to look frothy. I'm seeing opportunity everywhere. It's not like it used to be. It's opening up a bit. There's RWA, there's gaming. Let's take a look at GALA, the old, you know, my old gaming portfolio. I used to hit so well, everything went my way. Every single coin I put out would, you know, did numbers. This has been the weirdest cycle, right? Yeah, my nephew started a car wash business at 16, and by the time he's 26, he's going to be one of the richest people in the family, man. By the time he's my age, he's going to be a multi-millionaire. I only do charts, cut hair, podcast, and video edit, and hike. That's all. I know, right? Amen, entrepreneurs, bosses. God bless my man Matt with the $5 super chat. Yo, put a 333 if you're on your way to never working for someone again, or if you don't work for someone else and you do what you love. Put a 333. If you never work for someone else, or you're on your way to working for yourself and you have a plan, put a 333, because I know you're on your way. We got 339 votes here, not as many as I would expect. Keep hitting that. The poll, 64% say 175. Nobody thinks we'll go to 350. Probably makes me think we will. So no one thinks we're going to go to 350,000. Like nobody. Very small amount of people in the chat. Tells us we just might. We just might one day. Shout out to my three. I spend most of my days with my kids besides my time with the charts. Wouldn't change it for nothing. Love all my kids. Nothing like showing them the world and raising them to be great people. J Soul 84. I love you, man. When I get back home, we're linking up. You're coming to my 100K dinner, bro. I'm going to Burn Steakhouse in Tampa, and you're going to be one of the people that comes to me, man. I would like to celebrate my 100K with you, man. You never gave up on me, and many times you went through so much hell. I saw you still fighting for it. I believe in you, man. Keep pushing. Don't stop, brother. Don't stop. You might be closer to your epiphanies and to like some of the biggest things that ever happened to you. And the sad thing is some people are going to leave this market before it starts to absolutely just go crazy. They're going to say, I can't take it anymore. They're going to take their last loss. They're going to get liquidated. They're going to go overboard with emotions. And they're going to take a deep breath and realize that there was a bigger market around the corner had they just not let their emotions make things seem so intense. Our emotions make us think that at that moment we have to make that decision or the whole world's going to crash on us. It's just not true. Emotions create a feeling that doesn't exist. And then we're forced to make these decisions. You ever make a decision out of emotion? We all have. And you look back and you're like, what was I thinking? Like ridiculous. And we've all done it. Everybody has done it. We all have this same connection here, right? So Burns is my favorite restaurant on the planet, right? Secret to success, I need to get started, 100%. I'll fly to Tampa from Rhode Island and meet all the lifers, brother. So cool, man. Shout out to Cash Oak. Not everybody's disciplined enough to work for themselves, just like not everybody's disciplined enough to be a trader. I think everybody's disciplined enough to work for themselves. They just got to work for it. Yeah. Don't leave before the miracle, please. 100%. Max Payne is selling your bags too early and watching it rip to 250,000. I know, right? Imagine. Turn it at just the right time. Thanks for the words of wisdom. Shout out to Sound Walla. We love you. Need that Florida meetup. We're getting Florida meetup. We're doing a lot when I get back. At the back half of 2025, we're really going to do, it's going to be called the connection. We're going to connect the last half of, look at this double bottoms on all these coins. They all look exactly the same. Look, sand, they're all in the exact same, look, sand, all the older coins look the same. Look, sand, near. I still got a bag of near. Swingby's hotter though. Look at Swingby ripping. Cardano AKITA looked actually somewhat interesting to me. What, on the 15, is it? No, don't look at there. That's bad. Nah, lower volume. Torum, remember XTM just caught my radar there. Whatever happened to Torum? Tight inside the flag there. Looks like it could break out, but I don't like the flags look like lack of volume. Palm, Tau, BitTensor, GRT. Remember that puppy? GRT, graph. Everything's basically double bottoming or in that, So we got opportunity out here for sure. It's not all flat. There's definitely opportunity out here. We just got to make sure we find it and be a little more selective than normal. When the market rips up, we can be less selective. Almost everything pumps and it's awesome. But when the market's iffy, we just have to be, you got to just be a little more selective, I guess, and really make sure that when you're getting into a coin, like, you've looked at it, you've back tested it, you've given it your due diligence. I got a setup here that for days has been so tight. I'm like, what's going on with it? It's called Automated Network. Syncs on weeks. Looks like it's going to rip. Look at the 1 hour on this thing. Look how tight it's getting. Look at the moving averages. Like how this thing doesn't rip up for 19%. Automated. Again, it could easily stop hunt and dump, but I mean, look at the tightness. Look at the way it's going. Automated looks very interesting to me, and it's one of the tightest charts I've seen in a long time. So the tighter, the better, the more likely it's going to rip to the upside. Automated. I like the name too. ATA, Automated. So, but again, you heard it here. Research it. Find out if it's something that makes sense to you. Automated. Automated, automata. You say tomato, I say automated. Automuda. You say Alameda, I say Alameda. Another coin that's been on my radar is FIDA. I don't know if you remember these coins. They were ripping all together kind of back when the memes were hot. So look at FIDA. Getting tight on the 1 hour time frame. Looking like it may make another leg to the upside here. Might come up, make a right shoulder. Might dolphin dip and rip again. My stops would definitely have to be below the low of that. But FIDA's on my radar. Bond FIDA. 31% gains to 10 cents. Bond FIDA. ADA hit all-time highs in September 21. Do you see it doing the same thing maybe in October, November this cycle? It possibly could. We got cartoons of Kadanas over here. I know, right? As a kid, made a lot of bag of groceries. Hauling trash and cutting lawns. It's amazing, right? There's money to be out here if you're looking for it, right? So yeah, FIDA. And we put out a lot of altcoins today in the trading group. Like it feels like an OG, you know, and we also have some gains. Let's talk about the gains and show you what happened in the last few days. Gains on gains. They called him Sean Gaines. Shawnee Gaines. But Hook ripped out the flag. I put it out last night. This thing was gone in 12 hours for 11%. I mean, that's beautiful. You can't beat that. Accurate Bitcoin call to the upside inside the flag. We ripped. If that was your entry right there, we were gone to the upside. And we hit the target exactly. You can't beat that. Okay. MYRO out the flag right there. Pumped out the flag, never lost the 200 moving averages. Pumped to the upside. MYRO for gains. Deep Book for gains. AVE for gains. Pendulum for gains. TRX for gains. LBM for gains. DJI 69 Sol ripped up for 109%. And we actually put it out earlier than that. Another Bitcoin caller ripped for gains. Bonk ripped for gains. Game Virtual ripped for gains. Another accurate Bitcoin call out that flag. Boom. To the upside. Remember last Sunday when we nailed the call too? This thing made the flag. It eventually pumped to the upside. It wasn't the perfect setup there, the way that was done. But and DGI, when I first put it out on the low there, up 93%. So, and from that area, it's up like 3. Another accurate Bitcoin call. This is all in the month of July. Like it's July 10th. Like this is insanity. Like what more do you want for $99 a month? Like it never ends. Another accurate Bitcoin call. Like get in there. No stop loss got hit. This thing pumped. Cash in. Another accurate Bitcoin call. I had the right shoulder before it happened. It ripped. Another accurate Bitcoin call out the flag. Another accurate Bitcoin call there. Another accurate Bitcoin call. It's just nuts. I had the bear flag before it dumped. It dumped down the bear flag. Hit the exact target, 101. Anyway. Jump into the trading group if you really want to get an education and you want to see what we're doing. We make it awesome. I told you we have a whole school in there too as well. We have everything you need. Yeah, go look back at the super chats. You'll take a look at Sol. It'll be there for you. Let's take a look at SXT, Space and Time from Microsoft. Space and Time on CoinX. Space and Time on MEXC. I remember finding this coin a few days back, and then it didn't, you know, it was lackluster, right? So it came on down to find a bit of a bottom here, finally some higher lows, which is like, okay, that's the chance. And then getting above the 200. Great. I would just wait for this to flag out and touch the 21. If it can stay above the 4-hour 200, touch that 21-day moving average, this thing has a chance to skyrocket. Could be buying the exact bottom. And if you think you're buying the bottom right now, it's possible. But, you know, that's, again, up to you. Let's take a look at what's happening to gold today on the market. Gold. I see gold bouncing here eventually. If the dollar's going to continue to collapse, gold's going to rip, even with Bitcoin. So to be honest, even though Bitcoin's probably a better opposition and people may be selling Bitcoin for gold, gold still has an opportunity here to take charge. Okay, and you can see that it's going to bounce off the top of this trend line, get above that, and we can get a nice rip. I see gold bouncing back to the top of this. I truly believe in the next 2-3 months, less than that, you'll see gold doing this, consolidating, and then gold has a bigger target for me. The dollar's going to lose value. These altcoins are going to rip. Gold's going to rip. Bitcoin's going to rip. $3,900 an ounce. $3,974 is my next target for gold. Says it can get there by August of 2025. Right? No, sorry. August of 2027. So in 2 years. Right? It could take its time. Look at this. No, not 2 years. So sorry. That doesn't make any sense. No, in like a month. Yeah. So sorry. I'm like bugging out. August 28th. Yeah, I was like 2 years. Sam, you're out of your mind. Gold could, no. Yeah, I could gold in August 26th of 2025. I could see gold at $4,000 an ounce by the end of the summer, man. The way we're seeing the dollar get devalued, for sure. All right. And that brings me to Doge. Above the 4-hour 200 moving average, touching that 21, the same sauce you were looking at for Bitcoin. And honestly, like it's like everything else. If Bitcoin holds this, which it looks like it may, we consolidate a little more sideways, and then everything is going to rip with brother Bitcoin. Brother Doge, brother Bitcoin, to the upside. So wow, we're still inside this trade. No reason to leave it. The flag just got more, prolonged and taking its time, but I still see a big move coming for Bitcoin. If the 1 hour can continuously stay above the 200, there's no reason to leave this trade. I could even raise the stop loss a little bit as the 200 started to move up and shave some of the risk. Wow, we may win our second big boy, get up to 113,200, at least to 112.2. So I'm more bullish on Bitcoin too, and I'm still inside this long. I'm in 2 longs, one on MEXC, one here on BitTineX. Hit the link to find out more. If you want to trade on BitTineX, we have a link for you right here. It's very simple. Click the link, sign up, register for our VIP, get exclusive off fees and stuff like that. Check it out. So we looked at a bunch of coins, broke down Bitcoin in depth, looked at altcoins for real. You guys sent super chats in. It's been amazing. It really has. It's going to take some time. Yeah. Bananas for scale. Man, hope so long wait. Yeah. This is Blast Gains in the trading group. We're 99 joined because we are making gains. There's a lot of people that I know that are doing well. Yeah. But got a nice Doge sold all by Trump scam. You're funny. Sir, what about AVAX? AVAX is actually probably about to pump. Every time I've looked at it recently, it's looked bullish. Let me put alert on Doge so in the next few hours it goes sideways. I'm ready to rock. And then look at AVAX. AVAX on MEXC Avalanche. Last time I looked at it was here. Donna Dolphin dipped and pumped. It pumped hard from 17 to 19. Again, same scenario here. Like, can it make an inverted head and shoulder now? And consolidate longer and then boom out, right? You're looking for it to do something like this. Come back up and just kind of go sideways and then break out. Looks like it may do it. The target would take you to about 20.73. All right. Hello, Sam. Mr. Priceless. After months of learning, I've passed my first funded account. Thank you so much. Shout out to Crowd Billies. You've got this. You can do it. God bless you, man. I closed my ETH just before the pump. Yeah. Man, hope so. Long wait. Not sold any Bitcoin. Timestamp for TARS. It's in there, man. Just find it. Yeah. Just scroll quickly and you'll get it. Everybody, I gotta jump on out of here a little early. God bless each and every one of you for being here. I'll be back tomorrow for 2 awesome pieces of content, the live stream and the big boy update, the macro update I love you. I appreciate you. I'm still long for Bitcoin. I see a possible long continuing. I'll keep the trading group up to date with what's happening. 112,200 would be the target. We're up 8% in the trade, and we'll go from there. God bless everybody. It's a little high risk with that 4-hour, 21-day moving average, but it makes me think if we do get a spike, it'll be quick and come back down. Shout out to Master Friend. Shout out to everybody here. Lakochi Coker. Good job. Meme, Crawbillies, MYRO, Fun Zone, and all the awesome people here on the live. One of the best live streams I feel like I ever did, but I've been saying that recently. The live streams have felt absolutely amazing. Shout out to the inspiring people that show up every day. Shout out to everyone that pushes themselves to their limits and beyond. And shout out to everyone that loves everybody with a heart full of gold. God bless you all. Thank you so much. Remember, the secret to success is loving yourself. I switched it up on you today. Love yourself. That's the secret. Live in love, man. Love yourself. Give love to others. Find no reasons to be upset. Push yourself to your limit. You've got this. You can, you will. You are the best. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Stay blessed. Stay amazing. Stay lifers.